Wesley Sneijder, a legend with the injustice. On July 2nd, 2010 in Amsterdam, many football fans watched the Orange Tornado at the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Their opponent was Brazilian football artists with blue shirts. But it really could not stop the Dutch players. For many people, Wesley Sneijder was the hero of the World Cup that year, with 5 goals and impressive performances. He was one of the best players that summer, and he was the hero of the Netherlands and Inter Milan. Wesley Sneijder was born on June 9, 1984, in Utrecht, Netherlands. The young Sneijder had to live away from his family when he was 7 years old. He moved to join the Ajax Amsterdam's academy, where his older brother was training. After a long time of training in a young training environment, Sneijder has developed greatly in the ability to pass the ball and scoring. He later signed his first professional contract at Ajax. Sneijder made his debut for Ajax on December 22, 2002, a match that Ajax won 2-0. Since then, an official position in the starting lineup has always belonged to Sneijder, and he even made a strong impression at the prestigious Continental Playground of the UEFA Champions League right from the first year in the first team. During his time at Ajax, people were always impressed with the exquisite number 18 player, with his passes and long-range shots, and then it opened a new chapter for this midfielder. This was a new land he has never thought about. That was Real Madrid, the best club in football history. So Wesley Sneijder arrived at the Santiago Bernabeu, accompanied by a price of 27 million euros, became the second Dutch player with the highest value in the history of that day, along with so many expectations to be able to become the best star in the world. The first season at Real Madrid, Wesley Sneijder played extremely well alongside compatriots like Robben and Van Nistelrooy or Huntelaar. With a brilliant performance, the team won the La Liga with 9 goals and 7 assists from him, thereby causing the great rival Barcelona to sink deeply in the post-Rijkaard crisis. People thought it will definitely help the Dutch midfielders step up to become a new monument here, but then things gradually went bad. When the giants with tremendous value landed Real Madrid as Galacticos 2.0, Manuel Pellegrini sat in the hot seat, followed by Kaká, then Ronaldo, then Benzema. Sneijder understood that when Kaká arrives, his future in Madrid would be darker than ever, because his position is also Kaká's position, and it was clear that Kaká was not coming here to reserve. From Italy, Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan showed a desire to have Sneijder to increase creativity in the squad. 15 million euros was accepted, and the Dutch midfielder wore a dark blue shirt, and the rest is history. People will always be reminded of an Inter Milan with a historic treble in 2009-2010 with the negative style of a 2-tiered bus. But no one can deny Sneijder's ability at this team. If the 10 players in the Inter team that year represented the ugly football, then Sneijder was the presence of beauty, for the victory of the team that defeated the giant Barcelona of Pep Guardiola. The first leg at Meazza, Pedro scored the opening goal in the 19th minute, and not long after that, Sneijder scored the equalizer, 1-1. The Dutch midfielder put an end to the hope of Barcelona with an assist for Diego Milito to set the score 3-1. Wesley Sneijder had a day to return to the Bernabeu, but as a conqueror of the European Championship, it was an affirmation that the price of 15 million euros that Real Madrid used to push him into Inter was too cheap. But also he had 2 Scudetto titles and an Italian Cup, winning against Bayern Munich, making Inter the first Italian team to win the treble until today, with the key to success, Wesley Sneijder. But the Dutch midfielder's success didn't stop there. His stage with the national team brought a lot of emotions to the fans because it was so long that Dutch football did not have any significant achievements. For any player, enjoying the World Cup atmosphere has been a success, but scoring up to 5 goals and winning 4 times the best player of the match, especially with a midfielder, is an extremely convincing achievement. The Dutch national team in South Africa that year received much criticism because the playstyle was too pragmatic. The Dutch coach then directed the team in pragmatic football and only cared about the result, a style similar to Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan, and the most obvious similarity was Wesley Sneijder. But no one can hate him because he was the only creative person in elevating the way the team played. The Dutch team with the best of Wesley Sneijder only lost to a Spanish team which was too outstanding with too many top players after 120 minutes with Iniesta's golden goal. and the Dutch team stopped in second place and didn't get the championship. Sneijder finished with the silver ball in 2010, though Sneijder had a perfect season. Although including the whole season, he was the most outstanding name, but it was incomprehensible when he was not even on the shortlist of candidates for the FIFA Golden Ball. A lot of criticism occurred with this. He was the main factor for Inter's sublimation with a historic treble and got the World Cup final that year. For many football fans in the world, he was the Golden Ball that year, not anyone else. In the 2013 transfer window, Sneijder was forced to leave due to pressure from the owner Massimo Moratti. Leaving Italy after 3.5 years, Wesley Sneijder moved to Galatasaray and spent 4 years there. Sneijder made 122 appearances and scored 85 goals. In those days here, Sneijder understood that his career was no longer at its peak, even though he was only 29 years old. Unable to help the Netherlands to go to the 2018 World Cup in Russia, Sneijder decided to retire from playing for the national team on September 6th, with the record of being the most Dutch player in history with 134 matches and 31 goals. At the club level, Sneijder wandered to France in Nice's shirt with only a half season, then went to Qatar in the final days of his career. On August 12, 2019, Wesley Sneijder officially announced his retirement from football at the age of 35 with 17 years of professional playing. A career with ups and downs. Thank you for the amazing 2010. A legend, Wesley Sneijder.